notepad right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So today is the introductory session for chemoinformatics. So you guys are well aware of your courses which you have registered with RASA. So I would like to introduce myself. I'm Sakshi Rawat. I am Senior Application Scientist at RASA LSI, Pune, India. I have been in the training division from the last 5 years now. I am leading the training division. I have expertise in bioinformatics, chemoinformatics, drug discovery, molecular dynamics, bioinformatics, as well as your NGS data analysis. So this session is particularly for chemoinformatics. Your other sessions will be going as usual. Now, when you talk about chemoinformatics, before starting the introductory session, I would like to have a brief introduction about yourself. And I will also confirm the courses which you have enrolled. Dushyant, you have enrolled for IT CAD, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, and okay. Abhi is there. So Abhi has enrolled for RT-CAD with respect to this course.
Yes,
so you are also enrolled for MD, but that is something which is not part of this, so I'm not keeping it up. Okay. We are having Jayashree. Now Jayashree will be learning all the courses with us. So she will be learning. So I'm keeping you for RT-CAD right now. Okay. Although you are part of bioinformatics, chemoinformatics, and the other subjects as well. Okay.
Okay.
We are having two more students over here. One is Navya is there, and she's also for IT CAD.
Sakshi, am I for RT-CAD or am I for IT-CAD?
Jayashree, you are for industrial training, right?
Right.
Industrial internship, right? You're for 1 year with us, right? So you will be learning everything what we teach in research training programs.
Okay.
Okay, the syllabus is same that I was discussing with you in the last, I think, chat. I was discussing with you only. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the terms start to get confusing. That's why. Nothing else. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Just hold for a sec, guys. Just hold. Okay. And we are having one more. Hamid is also there, who has not joined so far. So yeah. Okay, so he is for RTMD, in which chemoinformatics is also part of it. So he will be studying the chemoinformatics part. Okay. Now, when you're studying about, so basically one thing is common for all of you is something which you can see right now is CAD. Correct? This is something which you find common in all, right?
Yeah.
So basically we are trying to understand the drug discovery process. Okay. If I talk about drug discovery, what is the simplest things which comes in your mind? That means we will be trying to design a drug. Very simple. So can I say that I will be designing a drug? I will be discovering a drug? First thing is clear, right? Either I'll be designing or I will be discovering. Okay. Another thing is what? For what I will be designing this drug. So I will be having some target with me. Okay. And when I know the drug, when I know the target, then I can do the drug discovery part. It is a very simple concept. You are having a lock, you are having a key. So then only you can see that whether this key will work in this particular lock or not, right? That is what we are going to try to study in drug discovery. Okay.
Yes.
In which you guys have studied about bioinformatics, or you are studying about bioinformatics, where you have studied the protein wala section, right? So this section of chemoinformatics will be focusing on the chemical part, chemical molecules, how to extract the information. The one thing is very much common. The guys like Abhi might be knowing because I'm having a session with her previously. So you know that how much important the literature is. If I want to work on a particular target, I want to design a protein or something, I need to know whether the protein is available, what is that protein. So literature is obviously common, which you guys have studied in your bioinformatics part. Okay. So I have studied, I am considering either I'm studying bioinformatics or I know bioinformatics, then only I will be going for chemoinformatics. So these are parallel subjects actually for drug discovery. Okay. So when I have both the things, then I will be going towards the drug discovery. Okay. Before I give you what we will be studying in chemoinformatics, I would like to know a brief introduction about each one of you, so that you can get in, introduce within yourselves. And also I get to know that what is the main purpose of you guys for enrolling this course. So I would like to start with Dushyant.
Yes, I am Dushyant. I did my MSc in organic chemistry. Uh, I was working in. I have a 6 years of industrial work in industries, chemical industries, agro as well as, and I enrolled for ID CAT, in which I was having interest to suppose.
Actually, and hi everyone else there. Yeah. My name is Jayshree, and I'm a PhD student who's on the verge of finishing the PhD. And I did my PhD in the field of, kind of drug discovery, because I worked on a molecule, fucoxanthin, which was being discovered from an alternate source other than its existing source. So I have been kind of always interested, in this drug discovery process and designing drugs more specific for the targets. And since I have just the very basics, the bare basics knowledge of bioinfo and chemoinfo, I just thought for my career, this would really be a starting, stepping stone or a foundation to lay it on for further research.
Have you published anything so far?
Yes, yeah, there are some articles that have been publishing. There are some which are in the editing process.
Okay. And the molecule which you have discovered or designed yourself?
No, it is just an alternate source that I've identified, because normally it is being found in brown algae. So we discovered it from another source, yeast, to red yeast.
Okay.
So it's kind of, it's like the algal source is more prominent and it's more profound, the production is more higher. So in yeast, it is relatively lesser, but because the yeast grows faster, you can still manage. So I was just interested that in case, if we have better knowledge of how to, recreate or resynthesize these drugs, probably, the bioelimination, all those factors coming into consideration, we can design much better,
yeah,
drugs.
Good.
So that is one of the reasons that I wanted to get into this for this purpose.
Okay, good idea. Good. Okay, Abhi, I know you, but let's introduce yourself.
Yes. I am Abhirami or Abhirama Sundari or Abhi, anyway you can call. So I did. I have done my PhD in post-degradation studies. I was interested in drug discovery part, so I joined this course. So I did my PDF also, but now presently I'm not working anywhere. I thought I will explore this CAD option, drug discovery
Any
option.
specific idea? Any specific idea, Nabi?
Specific idea is to explore more on the options of open drug discovery. Actually. So I was interested in this since I was not aware of the Python and other languages. I thought this will give to explore more on the open drug discovery platform. So I'm interested in that informatics part more. To write more codes, and so I'm in the process of learning that.
Okay. So guys, I'm expecting, I think Abhi, we are working in the proteomics. Dushyant has already completed his bioinformatics. Jayshree, I think you are also learning bioinformatics, right? 7 to 8 batch, right? So you will be learning all the proteomics and the genomics sections over there. So I will be focusing on the chemoinformatics part, and I will directly relate the chemoinformatics with drug discovery. Okay. Now, when I'm saying about drug discovery, so I said that what are the things? First of all, I will be studying about databases. This is the basic, something which I have to start with. But obviously, when I talk about databases, I will be starting first with literature. That means if I say that, I will be taking a case study throughout my, training session. So if I say that I will be working on HIV, or I will be working on COVID, or any particular subject, I'll be taking as a case study. So if I say that I want to work on, for example, HIV, so I know that HIV may either it can be an NNRTI drug, non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors. We can target the protease, we can target the non-protease, integrase. So these are all the categories. So first I have to collect all the data with respect to what I'm targeting using the literature. That means I will be reading out the papers, articles, etc. Okay, this is something which you will be or you might have learned in your literature section. Okay. When you know this particular thing, you will be having certain keywords in mind. You know that I want to work on, supposedly I say that you have to find out different aspects of aspirin. It is currently known as anti-inflammatory drug, but I want to know that whether it can be useful in anticoagulation. I'm just giving you a quite a hypothetical condition. So what I'll do is I will take, now my key or the target molecule is what? Aspirin. So I will then study aspirin in specific database. So this database which I will be studying with you will be chemical database category. So I will be trying to extrapolate the information from the chemical databases category. Specifically, I will be discussing PubChem, Drug Bank. These are the two databases which I will be focusing more, and there is one more database which I will be exploring. Rather, I will be using this database in one of the drug discovery approach. Okay, so first of all, I will collect the information of my molecules from these databases. Okay, after collecting the data, now I will be, you know that you must have studied about PDB database, or you might be studying. Okay, so if you have not studied, it's okay. If you have studied, well and good. So we have got what kind of information from the PDB database? What do you get from PDB database?
We are getting second information regarding annotations as well as structural information via NMR, X-ray crystallography, or electron microscopy.
Okay, so basically we get structural information, we get the literature associated with, we get to know the entities present in it, right? One thing is that we have, when you talk about the protein, the target which I'm talking about, so we basically download the data from PDB in which format? PDB format, right?
PDB format, yes.
Okay, similarly, when you talk about chemical structure, you will extract other informations also related to literature or the extra information available with these database, and we will be downloading the information in mole format. We can download in SDF format. We can also download a chemical structure in PDB format, because PDB is not a specific thing associated with protein. It is a format. Anything that fits into the format, you can save the data in that, right? So we will learn how to download, how to save the data in these three formats. For what? For chemical structures.
Yes,
okay, so we have got these three information. That means we are now having different file formats with us, and I would like to add one more file format, which is mol2. So with respect to chemical structures, I will be having these file formats, and already I know that for PDB, that means the protein, I'm having a PDB format. So now I will be, after studying the literature, database, and etc., I will be studying these file formats. I will be studying how these file formats are written. How means I will not be making you write these file formats, but I'll be making you read these file formats. I'll make you understand what kind of information you can extract from here. Now PDB is something for proteins. I think Dushana, we are learning how to create a PDB for a protein structure. We are learning that particular thing, right? But for chemicals, I'm just saying that I will now make you understand what is there in the, we have used a PDB as a template. We have used a particular protein in studies and all. We have visualized a structure, but we have not seen what is in that particular file formats. And that is what we will be learning using file formats. So I'll make you understand the concepts which are there in these file formats. Now this particular file format which you're seeing right now, mol2, this is something which I will be creating from SDF or PDB. So this third file format which you can see right now, this is not obtained from any of the database, but we created using the available information. Basically we convert the data. It is just like that. You're having a Word document and you're converting into PDF. So something like that.
Yes.
Okay. So we will be learning that. Once we know the file formats, I know the file formats. Now I will be visualizing. I might be wrong in this spelling. Okay. Then I'll go with the visualizations. Now, when I'm talking about visualization, whoever has studied, bioinformatics, Discovery Studio, you will be studying. You have studied SPDV. You might be, might have heard about PyMol, Chimera, RASMol. So these are other softwares for protein you might be reading out, or you might be exploring that case. I will be taking
Yes,
a
ma'am.
software which is MARVIN. I will be taking MARVIN. Okay, so this particular MARVIN is a particular software which is having multiple suites: View, Sketch, Checker, Space. So these are the 4 different suites of MARVIN, which I will be showing you how to use, when to use, what we can do using this particular suites. Okay, so basically, I won't say that this particular tool is only for chemical structures. You can visualize your proteins also here. No issues in that. But I would recommend always that whenever I want to visualize a protein structure, I would definitely go for tools like Discovery Studio, PyMol, Chimera, SPDV. Why? Because they are better in graphics for the proteins. Okay, and if I want to work with chemical structures, then I would prefer, this is something which is preference, not rule. So I would prefer to go with the tools like MARVIN, ChemDraw, you must have heard of. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. ChemDraw.
Okay. So now I have collected literature, I have collected the database information, I know about file formats, I know about a tool which is MARVIN, I have converted the data and other many things. So I have list of inhibitors. Supposingly I said that I'll be taking a case study with you. So I have list of molecules, known molecules. What will I do with this? So then I will try to incorporate the protein target, which I know from the bioinformatics, and the chemical information which I know from this section, and I will compile it together in an approach which is pharmacophore based drug discovery, which is a ligand based drug discovery approach. Okay, so how I can work with the known data in order to get something novel. That is what I will be doing in this particular approach of pharmacophore designing. I will learn how to design, then I will learn how to screen the data using what design or model I will be generating. In doing so, I will be introducing a soft server, which is Pharmagist, okay, for designing the model. Okay, and for screening, I will be using a server which is known as Zinc Farmer, in which I will be screening the data of zinc. That's what I was talking about. Okay. So when I will be using this particular, what did I mention? I mentioned that I will be working on known data to extrapolate something which can help me to find out some novel data. What will be the output of this? The output will be potential hits or drugs. Potential, not proper drugs. I'm saying just potential drugs. And what will be what will I be having in the starting? I might be having some known drug 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And using this known drug information 1, 2, 3, 4, I will be getting potential hits using this approach. Obviously, we will be learning how to do and what to do and all, right?
Yes.
Now, again, related with the drug discovery. Now I have what? Potential hits. That means I have drug molecules.
Yes.
I know the target. Now I will be going for what? Interaction studies. And this will be achieved using docking studies. Okay.
Okay.
In which I will study whether these hits which I have got will be able to target the protein or not. It is just like that. You are having so many keys now. Out of these keys, which will be able to open the lock? That is what, in simple language, is what interaction or docking studies is. So we will be going for docking studies. This is actually a part of drug discovery. Okay, but drug discovery in chemoinformatics and it's all related. So I'm just giving you a flow. Understood this thing? So docking studies can be, one-on-one docking. One-on-one means one drug molecule, one protein, and you dock it. So for this, you will be using a tool which is known as autodock tools. If you want to dock one protein with hundreds or thousands of drug molecules, then that I can do it with the help of autodock BINA. That is multiple docking I can do at a time. So I will be doing these type of docking studies with you. Fine.
Okay, ma'am.
And this will help me to make a conclusion out of these potential hits or drugs, which will be my target drug, which gives me exact activity which I was aiming from the starting against my target protein. Okay.
Yes.
Now when I do, supposingly I get top 5 molecules, so 5 top drugs I have screened out. Now what to do with these drugs? They are giving good activity with the protein. Now these drugs have to be passed with a rule which is Lipinski Rule of 5. So this Lipinski Rule of 5, before I go for drug discovery, I will be studying here only. So I'll be studying what is Lipinski Rule of 5, how it can be analyzed. So you can do it 2 ways. First, you find out the literature. I say that give me the Lipinski rule of X molecule. So you will study the molecule from the literature. You will be able to conclude that whether it will pass or fail. Okay. So you can do it with the help of literature, or we will be using a software which is known as MARVIN. So I will be introducing you with one more software which is MARVIN in order to find out whether my molecule passes or fails. Now see, why I need to introduce a tool over here is that if I'm doing a literature, it is possible to do it for 1 molecule, 2 molecule, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. But when I have 100 or 1000, how do I know that? Why I would be wasting my docking processing time and my system and my computational power on those molecules which are not even passing, right? So what I'll do is I will screen this 1000 molecules first, and I will just figure out that out of this 1000, only 800 are the molecules which are passing Lipinski. Okay, so I know that 800 molecules ka hi docking I have to perform. I don't have to perform the docking of the rest of the 200. So I can save the time, I can save my processing time, I can save my computational power as well. Okay, so this is something that is the reason I will be introducing a new software which is MARVIN. I will be telling you how to use MARVIN, what are the different aspects of MARVIN where we can use MARVIN other than Lipinski. Now that is clear, I suppose. Then I know that after my molecule, these 5 drugs, I have studied, okay, these 5 molecules passes the Lipinski rule of 5. Then one more thing which is very important, which we call it as preclinical studies. So this is something which also comes under pharmacokinetics for a drug or a molecule. This is very important to study. So here we will be studying about ADME and T, that is absorption, distribution, metabolism, excretion, and toxicity associated with the molecules which you want to target against the protein. So I will be studying this particular concept, and with this I will be able to complete my entire drug discovery. So you might be, I think now you are guys clear that how you're going to apply what you're studying right now in bits and parts. You are studying bioinformatics, you're studying chemoinformatics. Now you know that this is how we're going to approach the drug discovery. Any questions?
Yes.
No, good now.
Okay. Okay. So I think Abhi and Dushyant, you guys have studied bioinformatics, or even Jayashree, if you have an idea. The question is, in what condition I will be doing protein modeling? Dushyant?
when you have an idea about the target?
Okay, so you know the target. Okay, I tell you that the target. Sorry, Dashina, I can't understand what you're saying. I'm just giving a clarity on my question is that I know the target is, for example, HIV reverse transcriptase. So now you tell me whether I have to go for protein modeling or not. If yes, then why? If not, then why?
Ma'am, we'll go for protein modeling because we need to have some refined protein which because the data which is available already on net or on PDB, they are for different molecules, not for our molecule. To make bind or to dock it or
No, but
to
in
make
that
it
condition,
useful, we
see,
need to have some.
but you were saying about molecule. I'm not saying about molecule. I'm talking about the target protein. If the target protein is available, why would you why would you go for protein modeling? Abhi?
Ma'am, even if the target protein is available, we have to see whether it is of our interest or not. That area is of our
Correct.
interest or
Correct.
not. And if the protein model is not done for the whole sequence of the protein, then we can go for the whole protein sequence modeling, so that we will have the whole protein, and we can study the effect of our molecule on the model that we have developed.
Correct.
So if the protein structure is not available, then we have to go for the protein modeling, basically.
Yes. Correct. And
I have something to ask or even add. Can I say something?
yes, please. Yes, please.
In continuation of what Abhirami was saying, Abhi was saying,
Yeah.
is it also possible that, since literature is generated every day or every few months or something regarding the same protein, so we have new information coming up. So it might be possible that there are new active sites or better target sites opening up on the same target, and that is why we might have to revise our previous existing protein models. So we have to do protein modeling.
See the information, the first part of information is that is correct, that you know that every day we are getting new information updated in the databases. That is correct. But regarding the models, I would like to add that just imagine a lock. Okay, just imagine a lock. Okay, you have designed a key and you want to see that whether this key can open the lock or not. Okay, what is the most important part in the key lock? That is the keyhole, correct?
Right.
And that keyhole is nothing but the active site. First thing,
Right.
if you have the entire lock available, you will not design another lock. No matter you're changing the active site. The lock can have two, supposingly lock is having two keyholes. You don't have to change the entire lock because that keyhole is a part of that structure. Okay, so if you're saying that active sites keep on changing, so first thing is that what Abhi has said, that first we need to understand the requirement. If our required region is present in the structure, I don't have to go for any new structure for that. If you say that the new literature has nullified the older work or older literature, and it says that the active site for this particular protein and for this activity, it ranges from 100 to 200, and my protein structure is from 1 to 500, then I have to look for at least the full structure, because I don't have to look for any region in that, or I just have to find out that particular structure where this 100 to 200 is present, because I am interested in that. Okay, so it is not that you are changing the active site, or the literature suggests some different active site for the same protein or the same activity. You just look for the requirement. You need to understand that active site is present in this portion, so I should have that particular structure available. If the structure is available, go with that structure. But if you say that the structure, you are not having full structure and only structure is available from 300 to 500, but I want a structure where it ranges from 100 to 200. So obviously I have to go for protein modeling in that case, because I don't have any options available.
Okay.
Okay. Now another condition is that why can't we just simply go for modeling? Because protein modeling is in silico modeling. We are doing reference based modeling, which is actually prediction. Okay, I am doing protein modeling as a part of prediction. I'm predicting that the protein structure can be like this. It can be. I'm not saying the structure will be like this only, right? Whereas the structures which are available in the database like PDB, they are what? Experimental structures. So I cannot put a question mark. They are not predicted structure. They are actually experimental structures. So I can rely blindly on those structures. That is why we always prefer to use experimental over in silico. When you don't have the option, definitely we will not be waiting for the research. We will not put our research work on hold till we get a structure. Obviously, in that particular condition, we can go for homology modeling or threading based modeling or ab initio modeling. I can go for that. Okay, so we are not saying that in silico is bad. We are just saying experimental is better. Understood this portion?
Yes.
Okay, so just whenever you are studying something, just keep a focus that where you're going to apply it. Why we are learning this thing, why we need to learn what is protein modeling, how it is done, what are the different ways. No, you need to see that where I will apply it. I will apply when the structure is not available. If it is available, I should have a proper depending point that why, if the structure is available, why I'm doing it. Now, there are certain conditions in which structure is available, but still I will model it. Reason, they are bad quality structures. Like I have done it with Abhi might be knowing in insulin. Insulin tha ya kya tha? In insulin, I showed you the structure of the insulin, yeah, 6B70, 6B3Q. The structures were available, but you see the quality of the structures were very, very bad. I showed them with the Discovery Studio. So it's not like this ki experimental structure says ki itna available hai. Just analyze the structure. Okay, if it is not good quality, obviously I'll go with the protein modeling.
Modeling.
Fine.
Okay.
Okay. So I think
Yes.
what I try to make in today's, make an idea in today's session is that what we're going to study in chemoinformatics and how I'm going to relate this chemoinformatics with bioinformatics and drug discovery. Am I clear in this point?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Not at this time.
Okay. So no issues with that. Okay. So in the next session, I'm going to start with the practical applications. That means I will be starting to work with the databases.